might be in the wrong lane. Beautiful morning. Well, this is what you call backed up traffic. This has been at least 6 kilometers that it's been backed up, and it's still backed up. This is coming out of Ipoh going north. Good morning from beautiful Malaysia, and this morning we are heading up to the Cameron Highlands with Jeremy and Kevin, which are ahead of me, and those boys are on the testosterone this morning, I think. So I'm just going to sit back and do some filming and enjoy the view. Look at that glorious sun. Why we came to ride the Cameron Highlands. Check the view out over there. Quite spectacular. Beautiful mountains here. Here we are. So people come up here to cool down, and I can tell you it's cool, really cool. But believe me, after the heat that we've been going through, it sure is nice to be up in this kind of weather. We are riding through the beautiful tea plantations. So my buddy Jeremy says, "You want a coffee?" I said, "Yeah, I want a coffee." And he said, "Well, it's a bit of a hike to the coffee shop." I said, "Yeah, no problem. I'm in pretty good shape." But he didn't tell me it was up there. And if they don't have coffee, somebody's gonna die. Morning from Malaysia, and we're heading down to Port Dickson. A spectacular view of the mist in the mountains. Traveling on Route 9, and I have to say that nice twisty road, a few rough sections, but generally pretty good. Sure beats driving down the highway, except for these dickheads across the corners. But welcome to Port Dickson. My first time here, so looks like this is abandoned. breeze. Quite nice along here with the wind. Of this part of these fortifications. 1511 the Portuguese captured Malacca, and they built another fort around here in 1512, and then the Dutch captured Malacca in 1641, and then the British took it over in 1795 to 1818, and that's when they had their least amount of success. Another good success story from the British Empire. Welcome to Fort St. John in Malacca, and a lot of history here. So we're going to go and check out this fort. Built a church here. A huge fort by any means. Yeah, very small garrison. See the ocean down there. So this is the highest point in Malacca. Oop, and there's my buddy, the monkey. I never trust him. So that's about it, folks. I was looking for a hostel, but this is a little bit on the ridiculous side. Very small rooms, buckets for toilets. So let's go to the second floor. Maybe that's where the penthouse is. Maybe not. Actually, that's not the carts. We are at the most southern point of our trip. The beautiful beach area. We're not that far away from Johor Bahru, but yeah, another big city, not on my happening list. Yep, quite the welcoming committee. You can see all the letters. You can figure out what it says. So this is our turning point. We are going to start heading north. Driving through the beautiful palm oil plantations. In my opinion, yeah, they're pretty horrible. So this is a replanted area. The roads are quite nice here in Malaysia. Especially the highway system is very well done. Riding M15, heading north, and a very, very, very pleasant road. Hey, you missed that turn.
I missed the turn, did I?
Yeah, no big deal. So apparently that's the resort, but it looks like it's closed. Okay, we will continue. Number 19. waterfall, looks like. Yep. Well, this is interesting.
Like it's not a rock fall.
Am I clear? In the foreground. Basically skirting the city. Well, that's where we're going. The city in the sky. What a road, eh?
Beautiful.
This is the Coney Island of Malaysia.
It's like there's a lot of really old shit that nobody wants to move into.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's been up here forever, this place. Morning from Fraser's Hill, and we are heading the East Coast. And I can say that last night the hotel was less than stellar, unfortunately. Oh my god, look at the size of that booger. Well, a little detour. Well, this is what happens when they clear cut a plantation. It looks like scorched earth. Good morning from Malaysia. Anyways, it's our last day and we are heading to the border of Highlands.
Thank you very much for watching this far, and I'd be surprised how many people actually watched till the end, but just wanted to give you a little bit of information traveling in Malaysia, which is pretty awesome country, very easy to travel, very safe, great road network, and all the toll roads are free for motorcycles. There's always a little bypass to get around the toll gates, or you can blast through the toll gates depending on the individual toll gate. The only downside, not great coffee. Malaysian coffee for the locals is okay, but if you're used to lattes and hot coffee, it's so-so. The food, great food, and resorts were good. A little bit more pricey than I would say what you would get in Thailand. I think Thailand has got the best value for resorts in the world. And yeah, it was a great trip. Kevin and I blasted around and we had a lot of fun. We met a lot of people, and there's some great towns to visit, such as Genting Highlands. It's not my thing, but a lot of big hotels there. Fraser's Hill was more interesting for me. Unfortunately, the resort we stayed at was not great. Yeah, it was pretty beat up. And Malacca, that was, to me, was the highlight of the trip. Port Gibson was nice. We didn't stop overnight there, but Malacca, we stayed 2 nights, and I definitely would go back there. There's a lot of history, some great restaurants, a lot of good ambiance, and yeah, it's more like a Western country. It's you know, you can buy beer anywhere there pretty well, and hotels were very nice and great place to visit. So go travel in Malaysia. I'm sure you'll have a great time. Thanks for watching, and subscribe.